jump right into questions. Jeff, you want to start us off?
Sure. Will, you're an SEC veteran. You played in the SEC, you coached in it. Just looking at it from that side of things, how would you have prepared for a non-power team like this to start the season?
No different than you would any week. You know, you come up with the best plan that gives yourself a chance to win, and try to get your players able to execute and give them the opportunity to compete and do the best that they can and go play. So really no different, and really for us, no different playing them or whoever you play. You know, it's like I said earlier, it's about us, and it's about how we prepare, and we'll roll in Sunday and it'll be about what we did, and it's like that every week. So you know, really no different.
Coach, having two very valuable quarterbacks in a system like this, you know, obviously a lot of people want to start one, but having that depth, what does that mean for the offense?
Yeah, first of all, both guys had really good camps, and they're really good players, and you know, we're fortunate enough to have two guys that can play at a high level at that position, and you know, that means a lot, and you know, anytime that, you know, that position is so valuable. You know, it's hard to find one, and we're blessed in the fact that we've got two of them that are good players. So, you know, everyone knows that you go how your quarterback goes. So, you know, having two guys that have been able to compete and been able to play well in their careers and they're good players is really a big plus.
Offensively together, I know that throughout fall camp, I know that first scrimmage was a little rough, but you're also kind of seeing things for what they are, and then you saw the improvements come to second scrimmage. How have you really seen these guys kind of dig deep and improve since fall camp ended?
Yeah, what I think is like most offenses, I think as you go through time a little bit, you start executing a little bit better. The repetition picks up of things that you're doing. You know, it's such a repetition side of the ball as far as doing things right and not putting yourself in bad situations, and the assignments got better as camp went on. So yeah, you know, that's not really foreign to have a, you know, the second scrimmage or the third scrimmage not be a little bit better than the first one, you know, and you know, so I think the guys have worked hard. I think we've had good competition. We get a lot of good work against our defense, who does a great job, and guys have got better as we've gone. So you know, the key is going to be, you know, like Coach says, it's a marathon, and that's the whole season. You know, can you improve? You never stay the same. You either get better or worse, and that's kind of what you want to do throughout the course of the year. And you know, and that's our goal here is to continue to get better and continue to get better. And fall camp's no different from the season. You want to get better as fall camp goes on. You want to do the same thing through the season.
Just looking at that Alabama defense, where do you anticipate them creating the most problems or stress for your offense? What do they do?
Yeah, I think you know, the front seven is extremely, you know, first of all, it's a new staff, but they are getting to walk in and have the best players in the country, you know, so you know, I mean, it's you know, it's they've kind of recruited at a pretty high level, right? You know, and so you know, the front seven is really good. They got a lot of guys back in those positions. You know, so that's a huge challenge. And then, you know, they lost some secondary guys and got a couple good players back in secondary. So, you know, they went and got some of the best players in the country to come in as transfer guys. So, yeah, there's challenges there, but you know, I'd probably say the front seven will be a big challenge.
What do your guys have to do well on that offensive line to combat a team that might be bigger, stronger? I mean, what do they have to do?
Well, you got to execute, and you got to play well within what you do. You can't put ourselves behind the sticks on different things, you know, different drives, and you got to go out there and you got to compete, and you got to fight, and you got to control what you can control, and that's your job, you know, and then work together and play football.
One of the position groups that Coach talked about was that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
What are some players that you know maybe we didn't see a lot of last year, but we're going to see some big improvement from. And,
Yeah, you know, Keyshawn's done a really good job. Keyshawn's new. Dalvin's had a good camp. You know, Bryce Childress is new. Coy Moore's come in and done well. KD's had a good camp. Eston's had a good camp. You know, a lot of the guys that are the same players that you've seen are back, and they've done some good things. We've added some guys to it. I can't wait to watch them go compete and go play. You know, you get kind of, you know, you're out there practicing every day. It's going to be fun to go to a ball game with these guys and go throw the ball out there and compete and get after it. So, you know, I'm excited about that group throughout the course of the year and looking forward to those guys doing some good things.
Speaking of Coy in particular, late arrival to camp, is he up to speed? Is he able to impact the game?
Yeah, you know, he was a late arrival, and then he was able to kind of come in. I was with Coy at Auburn, so, you know, I understand what he brings to the table. He's a tough guy, he's a smart guy, and a good football player. You know, he's had to kind of catch up, you know, with learning a new system, you know, and so he's had to catch up with that in a hurry, but he's done some good things, and he will continue to get better throughout the year. So, you know, I think as we go through the season, you will see him improve.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
All right, thank you.